All right, that was a wonderful trip to the Mitchell Horticultural Conservatory here in Milwaukee. I'm going to go through my images now and pick out my favorite and show you how you can isolate it in Procreate and make a stencil. Okay, so I chose the mum. Let's go to Procreate here, and we're gonna start a screen size untitled piece of artwork here. Insert a photo. Going down to the mums here. We'll go with this one here. Focus. Yes, okay, there we go. So you want to enlarge whatever it is you're doing a stencil of. We're gonna just isolate this flower by going up here to this icon and choosing freehand. Now you're just gonna trace the outside here. Stanley. Okay, so we have the outline intact here. So you see that those dots, those little moving ants, those show the outside line that I've just drawn. So now you have everything you selected here, this whole flower. We're just gonna 3 fingers copy that. Let's just go ahead and put it on its own. So now you have just the flower you want with the background. You could do an arrangement, do a couple different flowers, add a skull to it, all kinds of stuff. But let's just keep it a flower for this demonstration. You know, if you don't like the edges there, you can always come in and fix it up a little bit. All right, I think that looks pretty good. And now in order to make a cool looking stencil, you should make sure you have enough contrast. So you can change brightness. And play around with the curves. Depending on if you're doing color, black and gray, you can change the saturation. All right, let's go with that. So now we're gonna make a new layer and we're gonna make our stencil. You just pick out one of the pens that you like, studio pen, gel pen, technical pen, any of those work. So as you can see, I've done the main outline, and now I'm just going back into the petals and sort of marking off the areas where I see shadowing. And for this, I use these little checks. Okay, so I have a basic outline going here. I can keep going with more details inside of each petal using these dash marks. But here is the basic design we have so far. So that is a solid outline of the petals and some of the shading I started to do right in here with those check marks. I feel like tracing things out is just a good tool to like collect imagery. We could do more to it, or we could just drop it into Capture. So from Capture, you're going to just import your picture. And in shapes, you're just gonna decide how much detail you want. For simple design, you should go max. So now you have this little chrysanthemum outline. You can use it in the future to combine it with some other images that you collect over time. I'm liking how this chrysanthemum's looking. I think I'll play around a little more with the details. So everyone has their own style. You know, from here you can sketch over the top of this and kind of come up with your own version of a chrysanthemum, or you can go with realism. This is more of the realism style here. So if you want to get more of those shadows and light areas and you want to kind of map that out, I would recommend doing a little more. So I'm going to do that now. Just want to make sure you're never drawing on your picture. You're always drawing on a new layer there. You could even put the outline a separate layer from the shadows, but I'm past that option now. So here I'm just gonna pick out like the bigger block of shadow that I see on this petal, and then kind of the next two areas I see after that. Same thing here. This one's quite dark, so we're kind of gonna pick out the lighter area here. Kind of zoom out to see where all the darker areas are. Kind of helps you see those little shiny areas better. Of course, I've played with the contrast already, so that's why I can even see these little areas here. All right, here we go. So we put a bunch of detail into this, as you can see, and so this would be a pretty cool little piece. It shows where the darkest shading is going to be, and the rest is kind of follow along as you look at the picture while you're tattooing. That's how I approach realism. So let's see if we can't turn that into a cool little graphic. We're just going to save that image. Here's capture. We're just going to open up a new project. All right, let's see. Yep, so that's maximum detail there. So now you have like a nice little shaded chrysanthemum you can work with. So from capture, if you want to save into your camera roll, you can bring it back into Procreate and see the difference here. So you can see you lose a little bit of detail when you put it through capture. So this gives you a good idea of what it does. It just kind of clumps together the small details. So yeah, when you simplify the image, you might need to work with it a little more, make it a little more readable. So if you want to turn your stencil back into black, you can just go to the brightness control here from adjustments. So there you can kind of see the loss of detail even better, going from black to black. But if you're looking to simplify and even out the lines and get like more consistency, capture would be the way to go. I like the different line weights. So yeah, it's just a look. Everyone has their own style. So that's how you basically do stuff. All right, guys, so that's how you take your beautiful pictures and turn them into stencils through Procreate and/or Capture. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe for more.
Thank you. Bye.